Yo, what's up guys, are we live? What up, what up, what up, what up? Tosca, you're always here first, man. How do you do it? Always here first, bro. New camera angle? Yeah. I tried to move my keyboard and my monitor and everything around so that when I play this game, I can have my wrist and hand and arm in like a neutral position. Because my right trap has been killing me, dude, as I've been streaming. I thought like they were going out my right trap and all that, but I'm hoping this is better. I'm feeling comfy, like I'm just gamer husking right now. Hair's all fucked up. I'm all sweaty. I just want to get a couple more hours into night. Ooh, the ritual totem drop. Poggers. That's good. Yeah, we're 55, almost 56. I don't want to sleep until I get 56. See how much damage we can do tonight, though. We got all of Felwood. I still have all of Ungoro to do. Ungoro is juicy. Bro, I haven't seen you in a while. What up, Lucky? How you doing, man? This guy just dodged like 4 attacks in a row. 5 attacks in a row. Dodge Lord X right here. My god. Yeah, this is one of the best grinding spots in the game, as you guys know. So good. You get rep. You get feathers. Feathers turn for extra XP. You get major healing pots. You get rune cloth. So good. We're not gonna grind here too much though. I want to grind here until I can get you know, like unfriendly or whatever, so I can go through the tunnel. But yeah, welcome guys, welcome in. Chill late night DGen hour stream. We streamed earlier today. It was really fun. The DRD. What's up, Harity? How's it going, man? How was Pickleball? Pickleball was good. They had 2 challenge courts tonight. It's always fun. If you guys know what that is. It's like similar to tennis. It's kind of like King of the Court. You know, you put your paddles up in a paddle rack, and then if you win, you stay on. And people, they want to challenge the people on the challenge court, so they wait, and you just get to face up on a bunch of different opponents. Some good players out there today. Okay, pulled 3, including Chieftain Blood Maul. See if we can do this. Probably have to drop a trap. We're gonna pull that 3rd one too, I bet. Oh, didn't drop combat. Let's kill the chief first. Get a deterrence here. Hang in there, Wolfie. 3 seconds, then I can drop a trap. There it is, trap down. Should be good now. Come here, buddy. Come here, buddy. Come here, bud. Come here, bud. Can you get it freaking entangled already? What are you guys doing? Oh my god. These guys are not getting entangled. Look at that. Yo, what up, ASAP? How's it going, bro? What up, Lazy Cloud? Good to see you guys. Yeah, late night. Probably gonna be streaming for like 2 to 3 hours. Unfriendly with Timbermaw. Fuck yeah. Okay, we can go through the tunnel now. Need one more shaman though. Excellent gameplay. Thank you, man. What's up, HD? That's a new name. Matt Shepard in the house on YouTube. In the home stretch, guys. Home stretch. We also still need to get... We need to do WPL and EPL. Man, so much to do. WPL, EPL, and we need Dark Iron Scraps, Core of Elements, Savage Fronds, all that stuff to turn into the chapel. I don't know if anyone's selling them on the auction house. I doubt it. Alright, that's the final shaman. Let's turn in. We're gonna pop in a Moonglade, get the flight path there. Might as well rip the band-aid off, go all the way to Everlook, right? Get the flight path there. Hey, what's up, Sleeping? How's it going? Yeah, we're on for a little DGen night sesh. It's not too late here. It's only 10:12 p.m. in California. But I'm on that old man time, so I feel like it's 2 a.m. when it's 10 p.m. Yeah, thanks for joining me though, guys. For keeping me company tonight. If you guys have any questions about vanilla, this server, you know, fitness, nutrition, all that stuff, anything, feel free. I always forget if Moonglade is to the left or to the right. Gotta risk it for the biscuit. Look at another hunter out here, bro. 57. Let's compare. SD helm, same neck. Oh, RFD shoulders, a bit outdated, but they're pretty good. Okay, same back. Mara bracers, 20 Agi two-handers. Sheesh, that's pretty good, bro. Got the Marabo, ours is better. Ring of the Guard Captain, Monkey Ring. Yeah, not bad. Trip runners though, that's something I kind of fucked up on this run. I didn't get trip runners, and I also didn't get Warsong boots. I'm more salty about not getting Warsong boots. Like, I'm legit mad at myself for not getting Warsong boots. That's one of those quests that like no one ever does because they think that it's, you know, kind of hard to do, but it actually is really easy. Doesn't take long, gives good XP, and the boots are insane. And you use them for a super long time. It's worth doing on every horde character. And I totally forgot about getting them because I'm kind of washed. Oh, okay, moon, yeah. So straight is Winterspring. Going east takes you, going right takes you to Moonglade. We got to turn in that Mara quest. Get the flight path. I can't wait to get 60 man. I can't wait. I want to get inside tribute. It's this way, right? What, the DPS BRD attunement run? Oh my god. Do we do it? I don't think so, man. I don't think we have the time or the mental energy. Yeah, we did so much BRD earlier today. Oh, I don't feel like going to the mountain right now. Yo, what's up, Martin? How's it going, bro? Love the new setup. Best way to farm Argent Dawn rep. Thank you, sleeping. Argent Dawn rep, best way. Best way is to save all of your Scourge Stones and grind like Sorrow Hill. Yeah, like Sorrow Hill type mobs for rep until the maximum. You can. Don't turn any of them in. Then you just like grind dungeons like crazy. All the way to 60 tonight? Yeah, right, dude. No way. I'll be on for 2 or 3 hours though. What's up, Martin? Good to have you here, bro. What's up, Bebo? I just started leveling a druid on Alliance. Oh, very nice. On Deviate Delight Sleeping? Sleeping Pixels. Wanted to thank you as I was tired before work and I wanted to skip my workout, but your progression made me get up and fucking go. Hell yeah. That's awesome, man. Did you have a good lift? Yo, who worked out today? Type of 1 in the chat if you worked out today. Good job. Good job, gamers. Good job. Good job. Pat yourself on the back. Good job. You're living a balanced, healthy life. Good job. Did you guys also eat well today? Okay, flight path. Just got home from the gym. Nice. Solid. Let's train some jiu-jitsu today, of course. Very nice. When you go train jiu-jitsu on like, what does that really entail, Matt Shepard? Like, you go there and you just basically like spar with somebody and you just fuck each other up for an hour or two? Or is it like round robin, fuck a bunch of people up and you like take turns? For 1 DPS for ST. Nothing we need from there, right? What's up, Calcidin? Cargos, love your streams, dude. What spray tan do you recommend these days? I actually don't use spray tan, bro. I don't use it. Never used it. This is au natural. I just brown up. You know, like I'm half Pacific Islander, so like my mom's pretty dark, and I'm able to like brown up a lot and not burn. The idea is this pop would horrible if drops don't happen. Yeah. Ooh, do we do this now? Simple kill quest, easy, low hanging fruit. We're right here. What level are these mobs? Let's see. If they're like high 50s, maybe it's not worth it. 56, oof. It might be, it's still probably efficient to do. We're a hunter, right? And the thing is, like, this quest can be annoying if there's other people here. But the server's still low pop, like really low pop in the high level zone, so probably have free farm. This is the first snow zone we've been to all game. Since we're not Alliance, then you go to Dunmoreau. It's our first taste of snow. Lovely Winterspring. Thoughts on Winterspring, guys? Good zone, bad zone? S tier, A tier. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the A tier. Very, very solid zone. Very beautiful zone. but not in the S tier. Glad to see you back, bro. Hope the family is doing well. You look lean. Thanks, man. I appreciate it, MJ. Good to see you too, man. Ecos and Firewater A tier. Oh, you're coming from it from a practical approach. You're thinking about the value of the zone. Ecos, Firewater. What else? What else are the fruits of Winterspring? We got this area down here. Dropping, what's that item that drops here? Eye of Shadow? There's like good thorium veins down here. Lotus. The blue guys that drops there's some recipes that drop from the blue guys here. You know what I'm saying? Rock the Lar quest here. Grind the mount up here. Yeah, there's a lot to do. A lot to do in Winterspring. Black Lotus ice caps. Yeah, it's kind of crazy too, because this is the only place you can get ice caps in the game. Nowhere else, just Winterspring. But it's a weird herb. Like, I don't know if you guys have had success farming it, because it doesn't make you as much gold. Like, if you just farmed ice caps and you did laps around Winterspring, I guess you could get Silver Sage and stuff too. How good is that? Like, ice caps are important. You use them for some stuff, but not as important as the other herbs. Like, Dream Foil is going to be better. Grom's Blood is going to be better. Remember when you died in HC on the Hunter? Yeah. Yes, I do. I had Nightblade on that run. I had Hurricane on that run. Hurricane dropped for me. I was survival for most of that hardcore run. Then I respec BM marks to greed out because I was just going to grind the rest of the way. Died. Empty Firewater Flask. I already have one. Dawn of a Snowden. Okay. That's easy. Pathfinder, don't need that. We need Ursas and Shamans. We only have 4 Den Watchers. Ursas and Shamans. Whoa, there's someone else farming out here. Pathfinder. Totemics. Pathfinder. Owl Beast here, Owl Beast. Ursas and Shamans. Okay, that's east of Everlook. Okay. Great zone. What's up, Jamu? First time in the chat. Welcome, brother. Winterspring is Biss. Farming Winterfell Firewater so cozy. Yeah. No, it's an iconic zone. Soundtrack is amazing. Color palette is unique. It's distinct. Ambience is great. One of 2 snow zones in the game. Frost Saber mounts, right? Have you heard about the drama with Defiant today in Ubers? I did hear about it. I did hear about it. And I have mixed feelings on it. I heard Jeffy was kind of pissed. I never saw Jeffy get mad. I'm kind of scared to see him mad. I cannot imagine an angry Jeffy. I feel like that's like an oxymoron. He's so happy-go-lucky. But yeah, apparently Cloudkeeper leggings dropped in Ubers, which is insane. It's like best warrior item. That's the one that has the on use, right? So I don't know, man. Like when something really, really massive drops and it's a BOE and you're in a raid environment, because that's really what Ubers is. It's 10 man. Yo, Axiom 95 with the Prime, with the Twitch Prime, dude. Thank you very much for the gesture of support. I appreciate it, bro. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Born in 95, a fellow 90s baby. You'll love to see that. Welcome, brother. Are you playing on Deviate, man? What was I saying, though? Oh, yeah. When something's sick, really big ticket item, Kroll Blade drops. What else? What else would qualify? Edgemaster drops. Skullflame Shield drops. You're in a raid environment. There's 9 other human beings. It's not a full guild run. It is a mixture of guilds. What do you do? What does your brain tell you to do? If it's me, man, like, and I think it's kind of obvious, like, you sit there, you chill, you look at the chat, you observe, and you see what other people are doing. If they're need rolling, if they're greed rolling, if you want to talk about it first, and if people start talking about it. But the second you see a couple people need rolling on it, you know what I mean? You just got to need roll on it, like, because there's 2 different, like, ways to think about that, right? Like, you could make it main spec over off spec and have warriors roll on it, but that's less likely to actually be the case, because something like that is worth thousands of gold. So it kind of like overrides MS over off spec. So the more likely thing is that everyone should roll on it. And because it's in a group setting and it's a mixture of guilds and you're not in comms and you're just doing our random Ubers, you should need it. And everyone should need it. It's the same thing, like a traveler's backpack drops. Everyone needs it. What server do people play for hardcore? Defice, Pillager, and Skull Rock, I believe, are the main ones. NA at least. Okay, let's go to Dawn of a Snowden real quick. So basically the drama, I guess, was a couple people didn't need on Cloudkeeper leggings, including a warrior. Didn't need on Cloudkeeper leggings. Everyone else needed. The guy won it. The guys who rolled greed were pissed. And that was it. And like they wanted a reroll, right? But the guy didn't want to give it up who won it. So away she goes. Gold is main spec for everyone. Well, this is only partly what the real drama was about. The real drama was Alex told everyone that they would re-roll it, like honor the people who didn't know to need. But Randy basically said, "Nah, I'm good." But was it Master Looter? Like, wasn't it just like a random run? I actually wasn't there, and I couldn't even find a Twitch clip. I was trying to find a clip of it, but there was no clip on Jeffy's stream. No idea why a war wouldn't need on those. Same, bro. It's unfathomable, actually. Your Biss legs drop. Your Giga Biss legs drop in an Uber's pug, and you just snap roll greed. Either that guy's like literally like Mother Teresa, or that guy's a noob. I don't know. Was it Master? I don't blame anyone, but that was the main drama and why GGF was pissed. I see. Yeah, it's a big ticket item. It's a big ticket item. You just gotta take an L on that one. Kinda, right? Like, that's gonna hurt. It's gonna hurt if you're that warrior. But snap, greeting, cloud keep, like it's almost like you like the person I know it sounds messed up. Sounds messed up, but it's almost like, yeah, you should take the L if you're playing Brown class, Cloud Keeper leggings drop, and you insta snap roll greed as a Brown class. It's actually kind of like unfathomable. I can't even wrap my brain around it. Jeffrey was upset. Damn. Yeah, I mean, there might be more nuance to it. Like, I wasn't in the run. I just heard about it, like, way after. But that was just what I heard through the grapevine. But yeah, there might be more nuance to the situation, like all things. Always two sides of a coin, right? But wait, am I remembering it correctly? Cloud Keepers are the ones with the on use like attack power or something, right? And it's like on a big cooldown. And the stats are kind of decent. I think it's chill now. I think the most of it remaining is that a lot of people won't be running with Rennie anymore. Why, did he handle it really poorly or something? Yeah, he did, to be honest. Like Giga toxic, but to be fair, they were trying to force him to give it up, so it's kind of meh. I see. Yeah, I see. I mean, you just want to look for a pattern of that stuff over time. You know, it's kind of like fool me once, shame on me, or no, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. Like the people who are kind of like drama Andes and causing issues. It's like, you know, something happens the first time, you just kind of take note of it. If it keeps happening, then you know, okay. You shouldn't have to roll twice just because 3 people messed up. Yeah. You gotta put yourself in his shoes. Right? If I'm that Rennie guy, you're a Brown class. You're in Ubers. Cloud Keeper mother-sucking leggings drop. Like, that's a big deal. That is a huge ticket item. That's a top 10 item that could possibly drop up there with like Alcor's, Crowblade. It's actually way more expensive than a Crowblade. Crowblade, a couple hundred gold. Cloud Keeper, a couple thousand gold. It's your Gigabyss leggings. Is it Biss game? Like when the cooldown's up? It probably has to be, right? It gives you like a ton of AP, and then after you use the cooldown, then it's not that good, but you know what I mean? Like you're foaming. If you're a proper warrior, if your brain is working properly and you're playing warrior round Zug class, and that drops, you're so excited out of your mind. You're so excited, like you're needing it. You're like crossing your fingers. You're like, yes, please, I want to win this so bad. And then you win, and it gets looted into your bag, and you get that dopamine rush. Like, holy shit, dude! I literally just got Cloud Keepers for free. What? And then someone tells you have to give it up because some people hit greed on accident. You know what I mean? Some part of you is like, bro, what do you mean I'm gonna give this stuff to some noob who hit greed? Like. You know what I mean? Brown class insta-greed Cloud Keeper. That's like world first shit, dude. Maybe it was a misclick. Also, everyone needs gold. Literally, that was the default. Everyone needs in the context of the run. Help me decide, man. Warlock, Hunter, or Rogue? Absolutely, bro. Tell me a little bit about yourself. We'll make you a nice, seasoned vanilla WoW gamer recommendation for you, man. Like, how many? You gonna play a lot? You want to sweat? Like, Alliance or Horde? You know, what are you more into? PvE, PvP? Just give us a little more information. Happy to help. Happy to help you out. Is that your girlfriend's tank top? No, dude. This is my tank top. This is my tank top. I own a lot of little stringers and tank tops, and I own a lot of women's tank tops too. A lot of cute women's tank tops. I collect them. Men's tank tops are kind of boring. Not much style to them. Kind of baggy with the cut. I like that feminine cut. I'm a women's XL. Gold is my main spec. What's up, Folly? What's the pop of the server? It's maybe, I'm a guess, man. It's over 1,000 active players. Maybe like 1,500 players. 1,500 to 2K active players. And it's growing though. And it's only gonna keep growing. I think it'll dip down like a good amount come sod phase 4. That's pretty fair, right? It's gonna dip down a lot during sod phase 4. But I do think like a month after sod phase 4 releases and it's already out and people are like kind of getting their, you know, trying that out, it's just gonna start climbing. And Cat is gonna fall off a cliff eventually, right? So after sod phase 4, the dust settles, it's arrow to the moon, baby. We can really start cooking then. Right now is a perfect little window to get the server started because people are bored of phase 3 and phase 4 is taking forever. Why are you wearing a sports bra? I like the style, man. I like it. Like, I honestly feel like normal wife beater style tank tops look a little less sporty and look a little bit a little more dumpy in a way. I mean, I'm just being completely honest, you know what I mean? Like these type of stringer type tank tops that are like tight fitting, little straps on them, it's like more of like a athletic look, you know, some nice little short 5-inch 4-inch booty shorts, high top socks. That's my vibe. It's a nice little gym rat look. Just being completely honest with you. But to each their own. I'm pretty comfy in it. Hardcore? Nah, this is just normal vanilla. Do you and Sony Digital shop for tank tops together? No, but I totally would. I totally would, yeah. We'll go to the Gymshark retail store and go buy tank tops together. We'll go to Lululemon. Go to the women's section, pick out a couple. Sounds like a fun day. We talking gym clothes? I'm a hoodie in all seasons. Yeah, that's that other type of vibe for sure. Like if you're like a Gold's Gym, like serious bodybuilding, or not even bodybuilding, it's more of like power lifter Andy look, where you got the big headphones on, not even AirPods, hoodie on, you're training like full tracksuit. there's guys like that blasting like kind of heavy metal type shit. That's a certain archetype of gym goer.
Fresh meat.
The absolute beefcake unit, you know, 220, 240, solid. Hoodie on, sweatpants, big jug of water. You know. Big jug of water, big earphones on. I respect it. Got a weightlifting belt on. Sometimes. Got like one of those hoodies with like the flag on the side, or like Punisher type hoodie. Or some kind of like, you know, gym phrase on the front or back. What brand is that tank though, for real? It's just, I just on Amazon, bro. If you just type in like stringer tank top on Amazon, I'm just that person, like I try a clothes out, and if I like the cut and I like the fit, like I commit to it. Like I just buy like 20 of it. Totally the most friendly but intimidating looking person. Doesn't really matter if it was a misclick. Once 3k gold lands in your bags, it's not leaving those bags of someone else's fuck up. Yeah, well the thing is, I actually didn't mention this, but the guy who won the Cloud Keepers, he equipped it. So that does help a bit too. He wasn't really in it for the gold, like he's using the item. Where do you get those stringer tank tops? You can get them on Amazon. They're actually, believe it or not, like pretty common out here in California, at least at my gym and some of like the, yeah, even looking back on things like in college, like it's, oi shit, it's a 60 mage. Oh shit, I feel like he wants it. Maybe not. Oh, when are we getting Cargo's brand sports bras? One day, man. Maybe Cargo's branded supplements. Nothing crazy though. Like no scam supplements, no like proprietary blends of this or that. If I had my own supplement line, it would just be extremely basic. It would just be like creatine monohydrate, some bomb ass pre-workout with all the main things, and probably just like some RTD protein drinks. Oh, he's looking at me, bro. Does he want it? Did we just instigate? Here we go. You send it. There's the block. We get another Viper's thing up ASAP. Cheetah on. He's gonna blink. Aggressive blink, right? Aggressive blink. Bestial Wrath in a second. He's just fucking with it, so he's not like, he's just chilling. What's he doing? Go, Bestial Wrath, get him. Get him, bud. Get him, buddy. Get him, Wolfie. I'm out of mana, though. How am I out of mana? I'm the one Viper's thinking, dog. I'm doing nothing to him, bro. You guys built diff. I should have range on him. He's not even fighting back. Okay, I'm not gonna kill him. That's fucked up. He's literally... Oh, shit! Alright, I'm not gonna kill you, dude. He's not even fighting back. He's just emoting me. Okay. Did this man find resilience gear in arena, melee him down, bro? Right? It's tankiest mage I've ever seen in my life. Those shirts are common in Vegas too. I moved to Idaho and I've seen one person in my gym wearing them. Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna keep it $1.50 with you. Like, you kind of need like a decent physique to wear like the stringers and stuff, or it looks cringe. Are you BM Survive? Yeah, I'm BM Survival. No regrets too. I think it's honestly been the best build. I'm already kind of threat capped as is with my gear, so having some more damage from marks wouldn't really be doing much. And like entrapments already come in like massive handy doing some of these previous dungeons like BRD and stuff. I honestly think this is the way. I'll respec at 60 though. YouTube chat are getting no respect. Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna be completely honest with you, man. Like, I check YouTube chat, but it's rare. It's more rare because I have to tab over to it and click another tab. I do see it from time to time. It's just like, it's just how it be on YouTube. But I do look at it. Let me take a look. Coincidence meeting you in game. Oh, there he is, Wheezy TF. What's up, man? Is that a bot? Is Horde or Alliance more popular on Deviates right now? Probably Horde, but Alliance is ahead of Horde in progression. And there's plenty of Alliance, and Alliance is growing, and I would not worry about it, man. It looks cringe either way. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. That is fair. What do you think the odds of Vanilla Fresh this year are? Vanilla Fresh this year... How long was Som, guys? A year long? I feel like it was a bit over a year long. They said it was going to be a year long, but it ended up being more than that. I asked because I'm wondering when SOD is anticipated to be done. Because I almost think there's just no possible way. There's no shot at all they're gonna do Classic Era Fresh before SOD completes. No shot in hell. No shot. So whenever SOD's over, then maybe. $15 months with Som, that sounds correct. And SOD came out, it was announced in November of 2023. Came out like shortly after that, right? So November 2024 or December 2024 would mark 1 year. Yeah, it'll be a 2025 thing, Classic Era Fresh. I do believe it'll happen though. I don't want to be a doomer. I do think it will happen. They just don't want to cannibalize, you know, a project they've invested in. They've invested real like resources, money, time, people, you know. And Blizzard might secretly know how strong the pull for vanilla is. They might know. And so there might be a tactical thing. Like, I don't think they make much money off Era. I think Era is like the Costco hot dog. It doesn't make money. There's no microtransactions, there's no token, there's no skins. It's got the most like no changes type of vibe to it. So the incentive for them to like blast Era numbers is not really there. buffs at 10% mana. 10% health. November 30th was the release. Yeah, no shot we get it in 2024 then. Not to be a doomer. No shot. Did you see Horde got 7 MC bosses last night? Damn, was it time loss Hornation? Has to be right. That's cool. It's kind of weird though at the same time. I don't know if it's cool or if it's weird. I'm not sure. Like why did Ragnar go down? Did they not have like no doubt? I was about to say Dowses. I see. I see. And a few fresh. I see. So Horde's back in the lead. Cool, man. And the launcher advertises other games too. Do you think it's worth the spec Fury as warrior in the 50s? Yes, it can be. Really depends, man. That's the nature of the beast with all the classes. I feel like final form with all the classes when it comes to leveling or whatever is actually just understanding how your class works, how itemization for your class works, how your specs perform in different ways, and just there is no one cookie cutter guide really that's going to perfectly tell you how to level or perfectly tell you how to do anything in this game. You can follow guides and it'll be like, you know, serviceable, but to like truly min-max the game, you can't, like, one guide's not going to be like a catch-all solution, you know what I mean? And what I mean by that is, as a warrior leveling up, based on your gear, based on what weapons you have, you could go two-handed Fury, you could go dual-wield Fury, you could go dual-wield arms, you could go two-hand arms, you could go dual-wield Fury, then swap to a two-hander, and just whirlwind or something, you know, just for a certain like area if there's a lot of cleave or something. But it's a really good feeling, like it's an empowered feeling when you feel like you understand your class really well, how all the talents work, how the class works, you know, and you can think for yourself and go like, you know, based on my current setup right now, like what's going to be best. You know, because there were warrior runs in the past where if you have a sicko mode two-hander, like if you have an ice barb spear because you're just playing normal vanilla and you get it early or something, like maybe you do just stick arms and you blast all the way through because you are at a certain point where like sweeping strikes, whirlwind cleave, wombo combo thing, it's not falling off. If you have just like kind of normal par for the course gear and you're not twinked out of your gourd, the reason why a lot of people switch to Fury is you're solo leveling as a warrior, and that wombo combo ends up just not being that good because the mobs are too tanky, they deal too much damage to you, it just takes too long to kill them. So going for a higher single target DPS with more sustain in the form of Fury ends up being better. But you may not be solo leveling, you may be duo leveling. You might have a shaman with you. That changes things. You see what I'm saying? So like one guide doesn't fit, and that's one of the things I love about this game is that type of stuff. You know? If you have a Giga Chad Shaman with you, like it's much more compelling to stay two-handed arms the whole way through. Because you're just blasting. You have supplemental damage, you have Wind Fury. But it's a long-winded way to answer your question, but I do think it's a pretty, like the standard script for a warrior if you're just like solo leveling and you're assuming almost just very like low power level gear, buying a few things off the auction house maybe, but for the most part you're pretty self-reliant. I do think the standard script for warrior leveling is you go arms pretty much the whole way. up until in my opinion, probably until Thrashblade. Get Thrashblade, respec Fury, and go Fury dual wield for the rest. That's standard. If you're like speed running certain level brackets or something like that, there's some variation as well, because you can actually just get the crit first and then respec at 20 or something, right? But like burning a respec at level 20 kind of feels bad. It's not that worse, just save a little bit. I'd say like the biggest revelation for me with warrior leveling in the last few years with vanilla, the biggest revelation was delaying getting Mortal Strike by 5 levels. And instead opting for like your mid-game leveling, you getting more crit. So you get the 5 crit from Fury, and then you get the 5 crit from Max Spec. That is an absolutely bananas build. Yeah, you actually have a lot of crit. And I'm gonna level a warrior after this hunter, and I'll show you guys, and it'll be like reasonably twinked. You know what I mean? And it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'll show you what I mean. Hold on one second. But yeah, I'll show you what I mean. Like, if you're leveling a warrior and you stay up to date, with potions like agility potion, one second. Hold on, let me turn off my camera for like 30 seconds. I'll still be here though, give me 1 second. I'm still here, boys. I'm just, wifey needs to do something real quick. But what was I saying? Yeah, like if you level a warrior and you have some money to spend and you have another like main character to like help fund the gear progression and all that, and you can stay up to date with strength potion, agility potion, and you're tracking all that stuff and you're upgrading to the next agility potion each tier. You have the correct sharpening stone at each tier. Weapon progression is on point. You go for that like double crit build where you get 10 crit just from talents. You start popping Mongoose on the dot at 46. Hella fun. You get Songflower right off the rip. You know, as soon as you can, you get the Fellwood. Maybe somebody helps you get the Blood Amber, and you unlock tubers and all that, and Songflower. Wait, still need the Ursas. Okay. Yo, what's up, General Walrus? Looks like you're wearing a bikini top at that angle. Yeah. My problem playing Classic Warrior is miss dodge, miss parry, miss. Solo Warrior grind hits different for real. Me spam dungeon zug. Yeah. Alright, I'll turn the camera back on. I think she's good. Okay. Hey Cargos, love your streams lately. I had to give up WoW myself. Too much of a time sink as my goal is joining the military in a few months. And you're gonna put that time from WoW into training. Nice, man. Godspeed, my friend. Your whole life is about to get turned upside down. But in a way, it kind of goes by quick in a way. Imagine, man, joining right now. Processing through maps, going to basic training, red phase, white phase, blue phase, all over again. Oh my god, I'm getting trauma just thinking about it. Getting trauma just thinking about it. The war I just leveled wasn't as bad as I expected. Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, bro. As we've gotten better, as we, you know, as students of the game, we've learned more about the game, gotten more efficient, and we've had like some really great speedrunners to learn from. You know, our understanding of the game has changed a lot. You know, warrior is not the slowest class to level, but the huge caveat with that is, yeah, it's not the slowest class to level, but that's only if it's in the hands of like 20 people on the planet. For 95% of the population, warrior will be the slowest class to level. Actually, I don't know if that's true. Paladin's got to be it for Joe Schmo. Paladin's fucking rough, man. I think warrior is slower than paladin to level in, you know, in ways, but it's more fun, so people actually finish it. And there's like a real carrot on a stick with it, because you know you're about to like giga pump and get to like use all these awesome weapons, and paladin, you don't really have that. Definitely do not miss the army days. What up, Iconic? Yeah, man, I heard earlier you the prior service guy. Yo, Zkaz with the prime. That's a long-time friend of the channel, Zkaz. I appreciate it, bro. 9 months. Hell yeah, dude. Thanks a lot, man. Is your Pally 1 to 10 the world record now over Tommy Salami? Probably not. Tommy is pretty like low-key, high-key defensive of his 1 to 10 records. So as soon as someone breaks one, he's pretty relentless. Like, he takes it personally and he goes out and tries to beat it. But there was some times where I beat his record, yeah. 1 to 10. And saw him. They did a lot of iterations of like the SOM XP changes. It was like the second iteration, like they buffed it again. And it was during that iteration of the XP buff that I just randomly like got into speedrunning 1 to 10s again. It's kind of addicting. I put up some pretty good times. Agreed, the war rotation is sick. But yeah. It's just melees. Melees level fast. I just can't believe that a rogue can outlevel a hunter in a straight up normal leveling speedrun to 60. Can you guys believe that? Isn't that kind of sad? How is that possible? A rogue can beat a hunter. How is that? Like, rogues are better than hunters at speed leveling. How sad is that? I promise you it's true. It's so fucking sad. No mana? It's not even that. You know what? You know how it was explained to me? I kind of no. You know, I'll explain it to you right now, Leffins. You'll understand after. How it was explained to me is that hunters level fast, but once they get to the 50s, like where we are right now, our damage is trash compared to rogues. And I believe it. I saw tactics leveling. I saw TD leveling. It feels like you're blasting on a hunter when you're in your 50s. Like you don't really feel like your damage is weak. But you don't realize that rogues are just like fucking pink misting stuff. Yeah, so like the last big chunk of it, rogue's damage is just like way higher than hunter damage. And like, yeah, like you said, no mana and stuff like that too. They're constantly moving. Like, and a part of it too is the actual player. You know, like tactics is a monster on rogue. That's his main class. DD is a monster on rogue. That's his main class. Now, granted, there's monstrous hunters too, like Zorant and Ompi and stuff like that. But yeah, rogues are on some king shit. Like I don't even want to believe it. Imagine you made a guide right now for Vanilla WoW in 2024, and you're ranking all the leveling classes, and you're like, and then in the S tier, And in the S tier of top leveling speed classes, we have the Rogue. The Rogue is S tier, followed by the Warrior in A tier. Very powerful leveling classes. That doesn't even sound right. What's Rogue world record? It's whatever Thedes is at right now. People put Rogues near the bottom. Yeah, but the thing is, bro, like, for most of the player base, the vast majority of the player base, that's true. All that stuff remains true. Warriors are the slowest. Rogues are kind of rough. People, you know, average Joe Schmo. Yo, what's up, Siri? Good to see you. Guess you just bought a creamy? Oh, grass chest. That's the thing that can make ice cream, right? Priest is fun. I played in Classic and Warrior in Retail. Threat to the Winterfall. Forgot to turn this in. 1 second. Yeah, I've been on my low calorie grind set. Nice. I admire people who can level Priest without a stack of pre-workout to keep them awake. I feel you, Samwise, but we can't tell them that, bro. Because we need them. We need the Priest. Somebody's got to heal, dude. Somebody's got to take the L. Like, we can't scare them off, bro. Like, we have to encourage them. Like, wow, nice Priest run, dude. Sick Priest run. Nasty. Good job. Got him. Dude, that holy fire was sicko. Man, keep going. Keep it up, man. Almost there. Blasting. Somebody's got to take the L. But yeah, we don't tell them that. Yo, 3 a.m. Zinc with the tier 1 subscription. I appreciate that very much, bro. The tier 1s are pretty much the highest gesture of support to the channel. I appreciate that very much, man. I will keep up the content for you. S-Priest nuke at this phase in gear level, by the way. In what sense? Like in PvP? In PvE? In Psalm, S-Priest ended up being pretty good. If you remember, they actually were part of the BIS raid comp, and it was really because there was no debuff limit in Psalm. So the S-Priest could cook. You had shadow weaving, you could press your buttons, you know, you can pain, you can pump out decent damage. But in a meta where you have 16 debuff slots, S-Priest kind of papega. As an S-Priest, the open world PvP makes up for it. Just kill the rogue who initiated and slash bow me before a kidney. Oh, he tried to Shobeku-san you, huh? He was RPing his budget Shobek and you fucked him up. Good job. We can kill all 3 of these and we'll ding off this too. Look at that triple entrapment. All serpents dinged up. We're cleaving. We're cleaving. Look at this. So good. So good. Angle it so I get the multi-shot, all 3. Oh, I missed it. There's the tactical. Look how long that trap lasts, man. That's absurd. Every time. Never gets old. Oh! I saw something. What was that? Is there a rogue near me? Possible there's a rogue near me. Sit on a flare. Yeah. Pretty sure I'm fucked if a rogue open. I don't know. I am orked. Sure-footed. Hit rating. But not having a trinket versus rogue is usually a death sentence. But then again, some classes their trinket. Some people forget this about vanilla. Some classes PvP trinket in vanilla doesn't even remove stun. Some of you guys forgot that, right? Like Warlock doesn't remove stun. It's so sad. So you just sit there like a potato getting wailed on by a rogue. You'll eventually like survive it after they do like 19 stuns to you. And then you can stabilize and kill them. Used to watch your classic WoW tutorials. Ever consider trying any other MMOs? I started playing Age of Conan recently and it's solid. The world is incredibly beautiful and has a sweet combat system. Yeah, I never say never, man. It's possible. Like the right thing comes along at the right time. I might try it. But for me, it just goes so much deeper than, you know, I don't know. I don't know, man. I just love vanilla too much. If I'm gonna play an MMO, man, like I feel like I'm just gonna want to play vanilla or TBC. Man, I would love if you went back and reacted to some of the 2019 vanilla posts and predictions. It's so funny how bad people thought warriors were at leveling. Yeah. Yeah, we've just gotten a lot better. We've learned a lot more about the game. Believe it or not. Like going into 2019, a lot of people thought it was a solved game, but we still learned a lot since 2019. Man, I played so much Hunter during Classic, did the full Grand Marshal grind. Hell yeah, you went to rank 14 just for no reason, huh? Just cause. Do Twitch subs not block ads anymore? I think there might be a setting. By default, I don't think so. No, there are ads for Twitch subs, but I think there is a setting somewhere where you can turn it off for subs, like fully. I thought that was sorry. I thought that was the whole point of subs though, that it removes ads, but I think like just the default setting in Twitch is that you still get ads, which is crazy. How's the pickleball career going, bro? I'm trying, man. I just had a big tournament this past weekend, SAC PPA. It was a local tournament. It was a big tournament, but it was local. And I had high hopes for that one, but didn't make it out the group stages, unfortunately, in either mixed and men's. My mixed partner ended up winning 5-0 women's singles. Well, she got bronze in it, which is pretty sick. But yeah, wasn't in the cards for this last one. So you're saying you held her back? Nah, I not really. She's just really good at singles, is the thing. Believe it or not, some people are better at singles than doubles in pickleball. She has a tennis background. She comes from like a 5-0 tennis background. The politics of getting into the top brackets and all that was so goofy. Oh, yeah. Well, the armor was sweet and it was during lockdowns. The plan was to stop at R12, but a friend talked me into it. That's the thing. When you're ranking, bro, like, it is tempting to want to go one more once you finally get your rank. I understand what you mean. You know, because the difference in going 14 versus 13 is monumental. It looks like it's one rank away, but it's a lot of work to go from 13 to 14. Multiple weeks of giga sweating. But once you actually are 13 and you're so close, you feel compelled, like, man, do I have a little gas in the tank? Like, can't I do it? Can I just hang in there a little bit longer? I saw it happen with people as I was ranking. I knew I wanted 14 from the start, so it was easy for me. But some people were like, oh, I'm only going to 10, man, I promise. 10 turns into 11, 11 turns to 12, 12 turns to 13. How hard is it to get rank 14? It depends on a lot of things. I mean, it can be somewhat easy if you're on a dead server, and if you basically are able to generate a bracket 1 spot on your own. And that was achieved by either doing pool parties, which means you got a bunch of homies, or you could do it by yourself. Some people were so sweaty they did it completely by themselves. Or you make a bunch of level 1s, you go to a graveyard, you kill them over and over and over again just to get more people with it to the 15 kill mark, so there are more participants in the pool. You do that enough times, you generate a one B1 slot, 2 B2 slots, 6 B3 spots or something. And if you're on a dead server and you create that B1 spot yourself, it can be pretty easy, and the honor caps can be pretty low with no competition if it's like a dead server. And people did that. They would transfer away dead server, get 14, come back in like 8 weeks. But it can also be incredibly, incredibly sweaty and hard on like a massive server. Bro, you've lost a lot of weight, haven't you? Yeah, I did. What's up, Gonzalo? How is endgame PvP on Era active? I'm not sure. I'm not there yet. But there's probably some people in the chat that could answer that for you. It looks like we're not doing much in Winterspring now. Friends don't let their friends let their wolf go grumpy. And this guy just sent me 20 roasted quail. That's so sweet. Major healing potion recipe here. One crit. Sorry. 1 crit versus 32 attack power. I don't know which one's better, man. It's probably pretty close. Crit gang. Lose some strength, lose some spirit. Alright, let's do it. We'll do it. I think it's close. I do miss hat cargos in the man cave though with action cam. Yeah. Those are the days. Okay, is there any low-hanging fruit we can do just right here outside of Everlook while we're here, you know? RXP wants us to fly to Felwood immediately, but surely we can just do some low-hanging fruits. Loot music. Please. There's no music. Will Classic Fresh be better than 2019 Fresh? It's possible, man. It's possible. People would go back into it with a new mindset. What do you guys think? No way it's going to be nearly as huge, obviously. But I think a lot of people will have adjusted expectations for the game. They'll play a class that maybe they wish they played in 2019. People maybe they won't be. I don't know. Well, I want to say they won't be as sweaty. I don't know if that's true though. I feel like it'll be as sweaty. Just not as much scale. But there will be Chrono Boon from the start, you know? That's different. There will be Chrono Boon. So things will be a little bit less toxic. Remember all the people getting mad about the griefing and this, like, dispelling world buffs on Reddit? Everyday people complaining. GDKP banned from start? I don't know, dude. I don't think they'll ever do that. I'm telling you, whether you love or hate GDKP, there's a large chunk of the vanilla population who loves GDKP. It's their favorite thing. And I feel like we're doing them dirty to take out GDKP. There are, and I'm not necessarily one of them, but there are a lot of vanilla WoW gamers and they have a lot of passion for their game. And their favorite thing to do is to giga swipe the Amex card, go into GDKPs, and flex and spend lots of gold, get all the items they wish they had when they were like 14. You know what I mean? Like, I've seen the types, and then the people's who are there, the carries, the people who are there organizing the GDKPs, they live for that shit too. They love it from the opposite perspective. Like, they just love organizing and running that. And you might think that's bad for the game or whatever, but that's a big chunk of the vanilla player base. You know? I would say like the leveling Andes like us who actually enjoy leveling in vanilla, we might even be the minority, to be honest. We might be the minority. It's possible the majority of players who like love vanilla, they feel like the game starts when you hit 60, and for them it's like more about rating and end game stuff. Maybe it's ranking, Warsong. Didn't they ban it for Sod and Kata? They did, but Sod is kind of a different animal. It's kind of like a Frankenstein, you know. There is no big ticket items. There is no level 60 content. You can do a GDKP, but like for like a low level raid or dungeon that they've recombobulated into a raid. I don't know. I guess the thing is, if they did ban GDKP, it wouldn't be the end of the world, because those people who love GDKPs, running them, swiping it up, spending hella money, they can continue to play on Whitemane and Mancrick and stuff. They don't have to play the new fresh vanilla server. In fact, they may not even be compelled to play. They may not want to. So maybe it is okay. I'm just kind of like stream of consciousness, like thinking about it with you guys. I made 290k from boosting SM. Didn't spend anything. My character is still 60 with Cata release. $290k, wow. That's insane. Because of the GDKP meta and the soy boy shit, lots of elitism in Watlika and Classic. Yeah. Yeah, it's tough. That might be what killed Watlicker for me, the community, to be honest. I kind of feel you on that. Even with TBC as well, to be honest. It didn't feel... Oh, man. Then again, I did play on Benny. But... It felt kind of zoomery, man. I don't know if that makes sense. There's this kind of like intensity, and like you said, I guess it's kind of an elitism in the air. Well, I think what it was too is people are like so quick to get angry. You know what I mean? They'd like flip out, they'd snap, they'd get like so angry, it would like kind of kill the vibes. Remember like Zulaman doing like Zulaman GDKPs and pug groups and stuff? I feel like something about TBC and beyond, players don't treat their fellow players that well. And I mean, the arena side of things is another beast. Like, the arena side of things is... It can be incredibly mean-spirited. Too much parsing numbers, etc. I felt like love was left out, you know? Yeah, I don't know, like... I personally like parsing. I think it's really cool. Gives you something to do at 60. Gives something for your raid to try to, you know, use to measure like performance. And it keeps you motivated. But I just think there's a way you can do it. You know, you can do it in a way where it's not cringe. Like, you can do it in a way that's gonna be fun. You know? You encourage people to perform better. You can even have some fun and like change the strategy of certain bosses so you can parse better. And that's a whole different thing from like speedrunning, right? Speedrunning is a whole other animal. It's probably like the highest tier of things, but me personally, I like the Lumberjack website. It's cool. I like being able to like, you know, go into a raid and be like, these are the fights that I haven't done the best on in the past. Let me try to improve this week. Let me try to get a 99 or something, or 100. But the whole world was negative at that time, I feel. What made you stick to your fitness lifestyle change? You look way different from your clips. The other chatter mentioned from the hat and the mint kid 3 years ago. What made me stick to it? Couple things. Like, I mean, having friends in the space really helps. A love for a sport really helps. You get accountability with your friend circle, and you have that like social pressure to not get washed up because your friends are gonna, you know, make comments or give you shit or whatever. And if your friends are fit and stuff, it kind of motivates you to want to be fit. That's one piece of it. The other piece of it is like, we're just getting older, man, and I kind of feel like once you're 30s and beyond, if you don't take care of yourself, like, you will start to do serious irreversible damage to yourself, and it's going to be GG. You know, you can start developing some serious conditions. You're really like, it's almost scary. Like, your mortality becomes more of a factor. And I feel like you feel a little more motivated to take care of yourself. Easier to gain weight. Easier to get stuff like diabetes. Vision starts to go bad. Hearing starts to go bad. You start to, you know, look physically old. Like, there's this one woman I played in the pickleball tournament this past weekend. I could have sworn she was 50. She looked 50. And she was playing in our bracket with a young dude, young Asian dude. And I was like, oh, okay, she's just playing down in age because, you know, for whatever reason, you're allowed to do that. You can't play up in age. You know, you can't be like 18 and join like a 40 plus bracket, but you can be 40 plus and join an 18 bracket if you want. I found out when I looked her up, she was 39. She unironically looked like she was 50. wrinkles on the face, real squished face, almost like maybe she was abusing drugs or something at some point. And that's what I'm saying, like. And then I have friends as well who are 40 right now, and they look like they're in their 20s. I know women right now that are in their 40s, 45, 46, and they look like they're in their late 20s. There can be like a big disparity in how you look and feel if you take care of yourself or not. What do you do when you have cravings? If I have cravings, there's a lot of things that go through my mind. If I have food cravings and it's like nighttime or something, my go-to is I'll have a couple tablespoons of like peanut butter. It like really provides me a lot of satiety. It coats my mouth. I feel like this really rich kind of like fatty taste, and it helps me. It helps me. The other things is like you just want to have like high protein, low carb snacks or food, right? It could be like protein shakes, protein bar, protein chips. Could be, you know, or you can just eat some, you know, so just something lean, like low carbs, high protein. It could be actual straight up meat, you know, if you have it around the house or something like that. If you're going to eat and you're having cravings, just make sure it's kind of clean. But that's one of the names of the game. You want to like stay ahead of it. It's almost like when you feel thirsty, you've already been dehydrated for a while. I swear this is a real thing. You want to plan to stem your cravings later. So even if you're not like super hungry, it's kind of advantageous to have a couple shakes ahead of time, because it'll make your hunger cravings less like severe later. But you know, aside from food, like other things to manage cravings, depends. Some people shut down. Like when you guys get hungry, do you get sleepy? Some people are like that too. My wife is like that. When she's hungry, she just wants to sleep. I don't think it's a good survival mechanism for it to work that way, but that's nice. When you're hungry, if you get sleepy, just sleep. People that are healthy and drink water, exercise, don't use alcohol, drugs, or smoke tend to look pretty good. If I get cravings when I'm fasting, I just drink water with sea salt and I'm all good. Yeah, there's lots of little tips and tricks, man. Like another one is soup broth or like bone broth. They actually sell it at the market now. It's like keto broths, and they're not bad. You just microwave them. And for me, like a soup, like when I go to a ramen place, I drink all the soup. I know. Oh, yeah. Just pulled up on us. Could have killed us. Oh. Were you about to watch an altercation? Mage versus rogue. Should we cast it? 60 mage versus 60 rogue. Fight, 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 fight. Fight, fight. Skullforge Reaver Ramirez song. Whoa. What the fuck? He has 4-piece PvP set. Damn. Bone broth breaks it fast though. Usually when you fast you crib sodium, hence why I consume salt and water. Does it though? Does broth break it fast though? Let me look up the macros on like keto broth. I don't know, I'm too lazy to find it. Maybe somebody will know, but I don't know. I know technically anything breaks a fast. If it has calories, it's going to break a fast. I get it. Like conceptually, that makes sense to me. But at the same time, I do think you can, if it's just a little bit of a spike, Like if you just have some cream in your coffee, you're gonna slip back into a fasted state like really fast. And I've heard that from some of the top like fasting specialists like Jason Fung and stuff. They're just saying like, you know, if you're the type of person where cream in your coffee is really gonna give you a lot of mental health boost and it's gonna make you enjoy that cup of coffee way more, it's 100% worth it to have that cream in your coffee. Yeah, like sure, it'll be a couple calories, it'll spike your own a little tiny smidgen, but it's okay. Because big picture, when you're talking about the big mechanics at work, if it's keeping you on the straight and narrow, it's a very small price to pay. So that's what comes to mind with broth. Like, if you can have a little soup broth that has a little bit of calories, but it allows you to sleep without eating some big meal and going to Taco Bell at 1 a.m., and you're able to like more or less maintain OMAD and have one meal a day with just a little soup broth at night or a little cream in the morning, you're gonna be good. And if you're not good and you're not making progress on the scale or whatever, you just course correct and you can just cut that out if you want. %, 12%. Zero calorie fast make you feel like a god after around 48 to 72 hours in. Yeah, no, I know all about it. I've done that. I did that a lot when I was losing tons of weight. I would regularly go on water fast, like 3-day water fast. But it wasn't just water. I had Diet Coke and tea and stuff like that. But yeah, when that autophagy starts hitting in, you start getting those crazy surges of energy at night. Is OMAD healthy? Oh yeah, OMAD is so good. So good. Yeah. OMAD is so good, trust. It fixes everything. It does more than just a diet plan. It fixes your relationship with food, if you can do it. And it's like idiot proof in a way. There's so much value in that, and that it's simple to follow. So much value. Because it's so easy to mess up your diet. Like, it's so easy. If you're eating twice a day, it's so easy to just miscalculate. And then you're in the red. Or overeat. Do you stream for a living, bro? No, this is just on the side. There is such thing as bone broth fast, though, and those are effective as fuck, too. Taco Bell sounds so good. I'll just pretend this plain chicken is delicious. Yeah, you know your best friend if you're on like that fitness grind. Bottle of hot sauce. Bottle of hot sauce. Your best friend. Keep it with you, man. Keep it with you. Concealed carry that bitch, bro. Get yourself some Tapatio. Get yourself some Frank's Big Red, or whatever does it for you. Sriracha. Get yourself some hot sauce. Because salt and spice are kind of your friends. They're your keys to satiety and feeling like you're eating normally. You put that shit on everything. I'm pretty much OMAD right now. It's just not healthy food yet. Yeah, if you were OMAD eating Taco Bell, pretty sure you'd be fine. Honestly. Because yeah, you're gonna get like some massive insulin spike. When you eat the Taco Bell, blood sugar is gonna go through the roof. Blah, 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 blah. But then it'll come down. Your body will normalize. And you'll be going 18 plus hours with no food. That's one of the advantages of OMAD. You can actually eat a little bit less clean if you need to. What are the most formidable mobs in vanilla? Out of all those you've encountered in your hardcore ones, which are the hardest or have killed you the most? The Defies Pillagers come to mind. The Voidwalkers in the Skull Rock Cave and Duratar come to mind. Any mobs with like Slayer in the title they can execute are pretty dangerous. The Harpies that silence in Thousand Needles come to mind. The Invisible Satyrs in Fellwood that put those poisons on you that's slow come to mind. Maltorius, yeah. What do you think has the most longevity? Classic era, Sod, or Kata? I feel like the moment Phase 4 releases, Kata dumps. I'm just a doomer on Kata, bro. I don't know what Blizzard put in the fucking water to get everybody hyped on Kata. Like, I can't even believe it. Call me a washed vanilla boomer Andy, but like, I can't even believe it. Like, it literally blows my mind. It must have been that everybody basically quit already from 2019 Classic and the whole vanilla arc. Most people quit, and now the people playing Classic are probably a mixture of retail players and like maybe a younger generation, a new generation of players. It has to be that. People that are like more Wrath babies and stuff, right? Instead of vanilla guys and girls, like. So for them, that stigma of Kata isn't there. For them, maybe they have a little splash of nostalgia for Kata. I just can't believe it, man. How did they pull it off? How did they actually get you all hyped for Kata? Insane. Kata is more fun than TBC, to be honest. How did they do it, man? Bro, my whole Classic guild is playing Kata. How did we go from no changes to Cataclysm? How did that happen? How did we go from no changes to a straight up full on shop token? Doesn't really bother me there's a token though, because Cat is like completely like a non-starter dead to me. That like it doesn't even bother me. Swear Cat is best X-Pack. Look, we just lost 50 viewers talking about that. I'm telling you, man, I don't know how they did it. They somehow convinced everybody that Cat is good. Somehow, dude. Somehow. And it's not that it's bad. The thing is, it's not that it's necessarily straight up like Cat is not fun to play at all. But how is it better than vanilla? How is it better than vanilla fresh or TBC? Like, explain to me that. Like, if I had no choice but to play Kata, I'm sure it could be fun. I'm sure I could do some BGs with my buddy Bran and we'd queue up and hit the Q button and there'd be new buttons to press and like. I'm sure the raid's serviceable. I'm sure the dungeons are fine. Like. But just compare that to like the you know, it's actually not even comparable. It's like an apple and an orange when you compare it to something like vanilla, where it really feels like you're playing an RPG. Does it feel like you're playing an RPG when you're playing Kata, bro? Or even Wrath? It is bad. There's a reason the subscriber number fell off a cliff after Kata released in December 2010. But this is a different animal though, right? When Kata released in 2010, like, you know, there was no ability to like play vanilla or TBC or anything still. Like, that's all you had. And back then players just had like a different like view of the game, you know? There wasn't different options. Willie made a video today where explaining that there's like 6 different versions of WoW you can play today. Which one is for you? That was the opposite from back then. Back then there was just one version of the game you could play and that was it. It's more different than that. It's like an apple and a car battery. You know what I mean? Like, Is it possible to have the same passion for Cata that we have for vanilla? I can unironically sit here for hours and hours on end, I do it every day, and talk about all the amazing things about vanilla, right? The same spiel you've heard 1,000 times, like connected to the open world. The world feels huge. You're constantly traveling through all these zones, collecting buffs and gadgets and gizmos, maintaining these buffs. The emergent gameplay that on all aspects, PvP emergent gameplay, communities forming to run brackets, PvE gameplay where there's, you know, guilds racing for server first, and they're managing their rosters, and they're, you know, progging through the content, doing speed run, parsing, doing, I mean, a lot of that stuff applies in Cata and all that too, but you know, the selling of world buffs and summons, and there's just this, like, there's so much to do out in the open world. The items are, like, interesting. Like, you remember them forever. They made, like, interesting, like, kooky items that have, like, weird niche uses. Even, like, the classes. Like, the classes have, like, a real strong sense of identity. Like, they're really not homogenous. Like, they look and feel very different from each other. They have different color palettes for their skills. And they're all different enough, but they're all pretty cool, so it makes you want to play the other ones, you know. I don't know, like, maybe it does exist, but whatever you call this aspect of the game too, when you look at, you know how vanilla has a buff cap for your character, there's a crit cap, there's a hit cap, but there's a soft hit cap, and then there's like a hard hit cap. Weapon skill. How it interacts with, like, you know, just like the avoidance table in vanilla, and like the 2-roll system. And how all that works. Like, I guess you just call it like gameplay mechanics. Like the nuances of combat and gameplay mechanics and stuff. I feel like it's a bit more like simple in a way in the other versions of the game. Like, a lot of that's still there, but there's not as much like wonkiness to the game, which you might think is like an improvement in game design. There's not as much wonkiness in TBC or Wrath. Like, it's pretty straightforward what the itemization is, what your consumables should be, how the classes should perform. There's a bit more of like a defined script, but like for vanilla there is no script, it feels like. I don't know if this even makes any sense, but like, you just really, yeah, you're right, it's like an apple and a car battery. It just kind of makes no sense. I can understand that Cata in a vacuum can be fun. I can understand that. But if you have the ability to like play vanilla, it's just tough. Like I just can't imagine playing Cata if you could play vanilla instead. But some people do have the take. They're just built diff, man. They don't like the leveling. Like 1x leveling doesn't appeal to them. They probably don't feel that connected to the open world. And some people just don't like doing stuff again. They just have a different perception of WoW. Like they don't like running it back. They don't see WoW as a cyclical game. Their immediate response if you say, you know, like, fresh servers 1, fresh vanilla servers 1 is what? They're like, why would I want to do that again? We just did that. It's like, why would we want to do that again? Because it's fun as fuck, man. It's literally the best game ever made by human beings. Why do you want to do that again? Why would you want to do that again? Like, for real? I don't know. Because it's fresh, baby. Like, I'm not like we're going again. We're level 1. We're in the starting zone. Like, it's hype. Like, there's new guilds, there's new communities, there's new friends. Like, it's a fresh start. It's a blank world. It's an open canvas. Like, the classes feel good. The world feels huge because it's just super fun. That's why we'd want to do it again. Some people enjoy pressing more than one button when they raid. But that's the thing, bro. See, this is what I'm kind of saying, though, Corcus. No disrespect, bro, but, like, Vanilla's not even really like that. Vanilla's not really one button. Like, even on Mage, like, there's a ton of shit you have to do. Like, there's consumable... I mean, there's, like, little, like, trinkets. There's engineering items you gotta use. Like, there's offhands you're swapping out. You're throwing nades. Mage is probably the most one-button class out of all of it. But you're still squeezing in damage with Fire Blast, positioning... You know, Arcanite, Dragonling, Bomb, Arcane Explosion, like, you know, using instant cast when you have to. I mean, Mage is, like, the most simple as it's going to get, but, like, you look at Warlock, you look at Hunter, you look at Warrior. That's the thing that sets it apart from the other versions of the game, right? Yeah, they still have engineering in TBC. I'm sure they have it in Wrath as well, but that's about it. Like, those funky items that you collect from the open world don't really play a role in raid so much. World buffs aren't really a thing. TBC, no world buffs. Wrath, no world buffs. If SOD does one thing, I do hope it's creating decent DPS rotation for classes. Yeah, I mean, but the DPS rotation for classes in vanilla are just pretty timeless, man. Like, I find the Hunter one enjoyable. There is a degree of like, another thing. This is what I'm talking about too. So when I was talking about what I love about vanilla and why it feels wonky, and that wonkiness is what gives the game character and makes it, like, super fun and interesting, and it doesn't compare to any other version of the game. It's like this. When a hunter looks at their ranged weapon speed, you know, there are breakpoints with your ranged weapon at different speeds that will make you have a different rotation. And it doesn't even make sense. Like, a 2.7 weapon could have a different rotation than a 2.8 weapon. A 2.8 speed weapon could have a different rotation than a 3.1 second rotation. And people math it out and they sim it out. I mean, maybe that stuff does exist in the other versions of the game and I'm just an idiot. I'm like a noob and I don't understand it. Like, it is possible that there is a lot of intricacy in these other versions of the game. But, like, and maybe there's not enough, like, you know, that information isn't really, like, out there that much because there's not as much, like, you know, passion and nostalgia for it. Totally possible. Like, the TBC has some weird nuances and stuff like that. But I almost feel like the more contemporary WoW got, they kind of smoothed out the wonkiness in the game. You know what I mean? They had a specific vision for the classes and how they wanted them to perform and what they wanted them to do, and they had, like, a vision for, like, what the gearing should be like for that class, and it was more simple and less wonky. I don't know if that makes sense, but the wonkiness is sick in vanilla. But what if I want to play red? I'm fucked in classic. Thing is, you're not really, though. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, I'm not, like, a big logs guy, but there probably are some in the chat. You could probably find some logs with ret pallies doing insane damage. You know what I mean? Like, you can use spell damage consumables, you can use melee consumables, full world buffs. It's, you know, I get what you're saying. Like, when fully min-maxed out, you're going to be, like, significantly behind, like, maybe Fury Warriors and stuff. But that's just one slice, right? Just PvE DPS. Like, there's a lot more to it when you factor in the totality of everything you do in the game. But like the fights aren't that serious in vanilla where you need to be like fully min-max. You know what I mean? Like I truly think like if you put, who's just a phenomenal player, like Ampi. If you put Ampi on a Ret Paladin and he had no choice but to play Ret Paladin, what do you think is going to happen when he gets into the raid with just like a regular, like imagine he's undercover Ampi. He just joins a random kind of like dad gamer, like medium sweat, like 5 out of 10, 7 out of 10 sweat level guild. And he is tasked with playing Ret Paladin in vanilla WoW. What do you think is going to happen? What do you think is going to happen? If he gets another raid is a real question. He's going to do 50% instead of 30% of the World Buff Warriors. If it's like a 5 or 7 out of 10 sweat level guild, and it's not like creme de la creme, like really giga pumper shit, like I bet you when you look at overall damage done at the end of the raid, like he would find a way to get like top 10 damage, and there might be some fights where he's like top 5 or something, you know. This vanilla WoW is a game that lends itself to tryhards and enthusiasts in a way, because you can become as powerful as you want, like I said, if you go out and get all the buffs and you get all the tryhard stuff that you need, all the consumables, you put in the work, you preserve your world buffs, you execute all the logistics needed to like just have all of this stuff, and you have the right strategy to cleave, and you're sappering and you're doing all that. In a normal guild, like even a pretty decent guild, you're gonna have pretty dog warriors that just don't really know the rotation that well. Like they don't know when they should use cleave, when they should use bloodthirst. And using bloodthirst is pretty easy, right? But they don't know when they should use whirlwind. They're whirlwinding against, you know, single targets. Like for me, that was a little counterintuitive. You know, I was whirlwinding against single targets, and like it ended up being better to heroic strike in most cases. And it's a bit counterintuitive because heroic strike, you know, you lose rage and you like it prevents you from gaining rage, and whirlwind's a button you can press. But you know, there's other things to it, like removing the offhand miss penalty from your off. Yeah, like basically warrior is not an easy class in vanilla. It's it's kind of based on feel a little bit. There's a lot of factors towards doing good damage on warriors. You use all your cooldowns in reverse, right? Using an add-on or a weak aura like time to kill, and you try to time everything so that you can put all of your cooldowns in execute phase. And a lot of warriors mismanage that, or their movement is bad, or their rage management is bad, so they go multiple seconds not being able to press bloodthirst or whatever because they just mismanaged rage. Like, and like there's rank 14 warriors that are blue parsing. You put a really seasoned vanilla guy on the biggest meme spec class in vanilla, and they will be doing just fine. Just fine. You know, I've seen it happen before. Like, people were memeing on feral druids in vanilla, and now look where we are with feral druids. There's actually a lot of respect for cat druids now in vanilla. They're really good, especially at like low gear level. Not even just from a tanking and like bear perspective, just kitty DPS. You know, people were saying that like even Ellie Shaman started. We'll see with Grays in this Ellie Shaman arc how he's gonna do. Feral Cat is the hybrid that when min-maxed is completely viable and has an argument of optimal. That's what I'm saying. But there was a time Serendipities. Oh, it's Serendipities. It's like, it's that boy. It's like one of the feral Giga Chads. There was a time Serendipities back in like even private server days, and even summer, early, like, you know, summer 2019 days for Classic. You look at all the guides from the YouTube Andes and everything like that, and feral kitty DPS wasn't even on the radar. Like, it was considered a meme spec, you know. Like the meta at the time, the understanding at the time was like, Bear druids are serviceable. Bear druids are serviceable, and that you can tank almost every fight as a bear, except for like maybe like Maexna and a couple ones that require like real hard shield wall type shit. But that bear druids were fine. But kitty DPS was not really accepted as a thing, and not really like seen as good. And we saw what happened with that, so all I'm saying is like look what happened with the leveling meta, right? Now the fastest leveler, just leveling normally, is rogue instead of hunter. Look how we learned that over the last few years. So have an open mind that like maybe class balance isn't as simple as we once thought. Maybe the meme specs in vanilla aren't as memey as you once thought. But again, like there's a big difference between someone like Ompi playing a red paladin and then like just the average normal gamer. You know, if you take someone who's like kind of new to the game, doesn't really know what's going on, like of course they're gonna like underperform massively, and it's gonna really look bad on the class and spec. You know what I mean? So Rogue is faster than Hunter? Yeah. Rogue has the fastest speedrun record, faster than Hunter right now. And there's multiple Rogue players who have done it. And like I said before, the main reason why is that they do way more damage than Hunters. And like Hunters will dust them off earlier into the leveling process, but the later you go, like into the 50s, Rogues are just doing so much more damage than Hunters. They don't have to deal with mana and stuff, and they're just eating food and blasting. Never knew that. What's the fastest Rogue 1 to 60? It's whatever Thedes record is. It's probably like 3 days, 6 hours or something like that. It's 3 days something. And then Tactics has done like a really fast Rogue run as well. That's on an empty server where the Rogue has access to every item they want and all the rare elites. 100% Corcus. No, you're right. They probably were able to get everything they needed. But, you know, it is what it is. That's kind of what I mean, though. Like, one guide or one tier list is not going to be, like, sufficient to, like, fully explain the nuances of this game. You know? To say, here's a leveling tier list. And I've done this before. A lot of my guides were like that. I had leveling tier lists that I made. Here are the fastest levelers in the game. In the S tier, you have Hunters and Mages. They are the best levelers. Mages can AoE grind. Hunters level giga fast because they have pets and they have high mobility. Like, but that's just like one small slice of the pizza pie, right? Like, there's solo leveling, there's duo leveling. There's straight up like dead server leveling. There's like, you know, PvPs. Oh, Liven and Veracity, isn't that the good one? Oy. I feel like that's the good one. Fuck yeah. The big thing is Rogue has a better Naga cave than Hunter. Saves a lot of time. Interesting. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. But you're on the same page, right, Serendipity? Serendipity is one of the best druids. Like, been around for a minute. Like, you heard the same thing about Rogue versus Hunter. That's what I'm saying. Like, Warrior is not the slowest class to level in this game. Paladin is a super slow class to level for 99% of players. You put it in Tommy Salami's hands, and they're gonna have a really good time. Savu recently leveled Priest 1 to 60 in 3 days, 5 hours, by the way. Are you shitting me? Are you shitting me? Is that real life? Are you serious? Priest solo leveled in 3 days, 5 hours? Is this real life? This is what I'm saying, though. Like, isn't it just such a basic surface level take to just, when you're talking about vanilla WoW, and I don't blame these people because they're not like students of the game of vanilla, like they don't really like invest time to learn it, but when you make big blanket statements like, oh, I don't want to play vanilla because like the meta is so stale, like, you know, it's just brown classes at the top, and or like it's just a one button rotation, or whatever people say, whatever the criticisms of vanilla, or I don't want to play meme specs aren't viable in vanilla. I feel like it's just such like a surface level, like almost just hollow take. Like, what do you mean they aren't viable? To what capacity are they not viable? Like, dude, I'm gonna be sad when you're 60. Late night leveling and chatting is so damn cozy. We'll still be gaming though at 60, man. We'll be doing tributes and stuff. We've just been grinding here for like a while. Still need Ursas though. Ursas are the Den Watcher, Shaman. Dude, where are the Ursas at? Ursas, those white ones, okay. A rich thorium vein sitting right there and I can't get it. I think Warlock is the class that is slept on right now in leveling. Feel like it might have some crazy undiscovered mob grind techs. Like, imagine they just fence kited for multiple levels with dots. 100%. 100%, bro. I could see that. They get off to a slow start though, Warlocks. But I could see, like, in the mid game, especially when they get like Siphon Life. I'm telling you, it's like I said before, to like circle back, like, I do think it's possible to enjoy Cata. Like, if I had no choice, gun to my head, no other version of the game to play, no vanilla to play, no TBC to play, could I have fun in Cata with my friends? Yeah, dude. Graves and I could play Cata with Winky and do dungeons. But if you have the ability to play vanilla or TBC or one of the trilogy games, bro, how can you tell me with a straight face you're gonna play Cataclysm? Like, what? I just can't see it, man. What did they do to you guys, man? Bro, are you wearing a bra? Kinda. It's kind of a bra, yeah. Kind of. Like, I saw it happen from the outside looking in. I want to say, like, during Wrath, early Wrath, do you remember the conversations in your own respective guild discords about the idea of Cataclysm? Do you remember them? Think back. Yeah, we all played in different guilds and different servers. People were memeing on Cata so hard. They were like, yeah, I'm done, dude. Cata Classic, really, really, dude? I'm done. I remember Winky memeing hard, saying like, yeah, that's the end of the road for me. Because there was discussions, people thinking about it, like, do you think they'll do Cata Classic? Ah, no way they'll do that, dude. It's the original trilogy. And it felt like the conversation was very... People were memeing on Cata. And then somewhere along the line, there was a polarity shift. There was a polarity shift, and instead of saying that, people were like, you know what? Like, I always kind of knew Cataclysm was underrated. Like, yeah, to be honest, Cataclysm's up there. Like, Cataclysm's not bad. The PvP was pretty good. It was up there. Now, after the trilogy, it's actually my favorite expansion. Everybody flipped the script, man. Flipped the script. And they made it seem like they loved Cata this whole time. I always loved Cata. What do you mean? Cata? Dude, Cata... Dude, Cata's sick. What do you mean? I always liked Cata. Cataclysm? I'm the opposite. I loved original Cata, but it's just not hitting now. Hot take. Wrath is closer to Cata than vanilla. TBC is where classic ends. No, you're kind of right with that. But for me, I mean, I just... you're kind of right in a way, but it's just the trilogy, man. It's just the trilogy. Even if Wrath is my least favorite in the trilogy, it's still part of the sacred trilogy. You know, and I have love for Wrath, even though I didn't play it that much personally. It's part of the trilogy. It's part of my childhood. It's part of the old world. It's part of classic WoW. Like, it's got the rich storylines. You know, it's got Arthas Menethil in there. Like, it's got cool dungeons. It's got a world. It's got, you know, zones that are like interesting with like unique, memorable, nostalgic music. Like, I remember studying for my SATs, listening to Grizzly Hills music, even back in the day. You know, so there's a bit of love there. But it's crazy watching the like how the community basically just like reverse Uno carded itself and just went from like Cata being a complete non-starter in their eyes and be like, nah man, we're classic WoW gamers, classic WoW, legacy WoW, old world, Cata, non-starter. That's not classic. So now it's all aboard the Catlicka hype train. Catlicka hype. And I mean, I do think people are having fun with it right now. Like, I'm not denying that. It's just interesting to me. Just interesting. Classic is the best game the world has ever seen. I would agree with that statement. What up, Diamond? Can't believe they took it as far as Cata. Almost feels like it taints the name Classic. Yeah, I mean, like, to play devil's advocate, like I've said before, a part of me appreciates that Cata exists because that means Classic will continue to be a thing. They're going to continue to invest in Classic. You know, they're probably going to do MOP. They're probably going to keep it going to WOD Classic. That's going to be freaking weird. I'm not going to play any of those, but it's still, like, kind of cool in a way, even though I'm not going to play them, that, like, Classic is still around. You know, there's still, like, a product roadmap. And there's still some sort of, like, you know, active marketing dollars they're investing to get people to, like, get into the Classic ecosystem. This is opposed to something like the StarCraft treatment. Like, you see where StarCraft is at right now. It's kind of like totally abandoned by Blizzard. You know, that could be us as well. Where it's like, you know, we're a bunch of vanilla purists and Blizzard's like, fine. Vanilla's the best version of the game? Fine. There's no money to be made in vanilla. Enjoy. We'll keep the era servers on. Good luck. That's it. Enjoy your era. SE2 is getting patches now. My guild in Classic and Nax had only 9 warriors, forward tanks, and we had 1 hour 10-minute best clear time, which is decent, so you can do well without full brown raid too. Yeah, that's an interesting thought, Siri. I mean, people think brown class is the best in Classic, and it is, let's be honest, but it's also a big part of that is because the raid comps are designed around optimizing physical damage. Like, has there ever been like a spell cleave raid comp? Not really. But I don't know, it's kind of a meme, you know, with the 16 debuff slots. It's not like you can have tons of Warlock stotting, Shadow Priest stotting. It is kind of weird. Like, in a SOM environment, though, with unlimited debuff slots, I think you could probably make a sick, like, caster spell cleave type of raid, and maybe it'd do pretty good. Oh, 60 on an epic mount too. Damn, son. Let me stalk him. Let me spy on him. Damn, where's he going? Shadow melded waiting for the guy who drops the firewater? Why you shadow meld like that? This ain't fucking Fairlina, bro. This is a dead server. Why you shadow meld like that? Like it's dangerous. The guy is permacamping the chief. I think it's a bot. One way to find out. One way to find out. It's an epic mount too. If he's a bot, I should be able to kill him, right? Like he's not gonna be able to fight back as a bot. If I die to a bot, oh my god, dude. If I die to a bot. I'm just gonna walk up to him right here. Fucking flare him. Oh my god, I didn't even drop combat. Okay, I dropped the trap. Okay, he's alive. Got him. Get fucked, buddy. Oh wait, this guy came up here though and helped. Cargos, you created the best way to play Classic for the rest of my life. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Yo, Stan, man. Thank you, bro. Thank you for the sweet message. I appreciate that, man. I take it you're playing hardcore these days. Appreciate that, bro. Can we get some hearts in the chat for Stan if you're still awake at this hour? Cargos, you created the best way to play Classic for the rest of my life. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, man. I appreciate that. Try chatting with him. Who's this guy? Crowblade. Uh-oh. A little sus. Bloodseeker. Night Slayer. This guy was in the MC run. Dark Mantle. You got Baron Cape. True Strike. Been playing HC ever since Iron Lad days. Hell yeah, dude. I appreciate the tier 1s. Those are huge, man. Those are huge. How many Fire Waters do we have? Let's see. 5? It's pretty good. 5 is pretty good. Melee attack power, though. Melee attack power. Cargo, let's get the fireplace back and the TV in the back for the good old days. Yeah, I could do that next stream. See if anybody notices. Oh man, I'm getting kind of cooked though, guys. I'm getting a little tired. Sorry if it appears sometimes that I'm being like overly critical with Cataclysm and stuff like that. You know, at the end of the day, it's not that serious. Like, I'm glad people are enjoying it, but I am a vanilla guy to a fault. You know, it's my roots, and like I do feel like I want to, like, you know, us vanilla guys should have more of like a community too in Classic. Blizzard needs to throw like the era guys a bone, like do fresh, give us stuff to look forward to. And I do genuinely believe this is the best version of the game by a country mile. Honest to God, polygraph me, like it's not even remotely close. So it's sort of like, that's how I feel. But yeah, guys, we're gonna host Aladar, and I'm gonna go to sleep, and I'll see you guys tomorrow around midday, and we're gonna stream again around 12 p.m. or 1 p.m. PST California time. Boy, Silexan, thank you for that last second raid, bro. We're about to send it over to Aladar right now. I appreciate that, Silexan. I'm gonna check out your stream right now before I go to sleep because I see you chilling in my chat as well talking. I didn't know you streamed, man. So we're gonna go over to Aladar now and say hi to him. I'll check out your stream and I'll follow you, Silexan. Thank you, man.